So this place, Sanidar Paya, I believe it's called, is even crazier than the one we visited yesterday. Although it's actually located right across from it. The other one from yesterday is over there. This one has a lot more pagodas, but they're also smaller. And there's a golden central pagoda also. And I'm gonna go in there now because I didn't get to see it yesterday. But I really want to see this because it looks even more crazy than the other one. So let's go in there now. Just look at all these pagodas, and it goes all the way around in a big square like another one, but there's just so many more here. Yeah, just look at this. There's so many pagodas. This is absolutely crazy. It goes all the way around. And then we have this in the middle, of course. And the lady down there told me that there is 1,400 pagodas at this one. And at the other one over here, which you almost can't see because of the trees, there's 700 and some pagodas. So yeah, truly quite magnificent. And I was also told that the tombstones, inside all these pagodas that we saw, the text on them is basically the Buddhist holy text, but all of them making up just the whole text in total. So that means that it is actually called the world's largest book, because all these tombstones, or the stones in there with the text on them, combined makes up one book, the Buddhist, the holy book. So that is the story about these. So here we have the two of them, way from above. What a great view of them, it's amazing. Just look at the sheer size of this one. It is absolutely astounding. And this is the walkway that I walked out to get to this temple on Mandalay Hill, with this magnificent view, not just of these two, but like of the whole city. Just look. Here's the royal complex with the giant moat all around it. You just see so much from up here, it's wonderful. So this is the big pagoda where the giant marble Buddha is placed inside, and this whole place also has more temples connected to it. Stunning. Now we made it to the temple called Munhi or something. It's guarded by a giant lion in marble. Made it here on bike. Quite an insane ride. Burmese traffic is pretty crazy. Like when you reach the first intersection without any traffic lights or anything, and it's a major intersection, then you're pretty much screwed if you're not experienced with this. So a few close calls, but well, I survived so far. Here's the Bagan bridge, This goes across this lake, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of. Over to the other side where there's like cafes and stuff. I'm gonna cross it. So now I'm here at the train station, waiting for my train to Bagan, which is actually this train, and I'm going to take a sleeper class, so something like this. Looks interesting for sure. I mean, at the price, I guess it's okay. 4,000 kyat, which is like, I don't know, 2 or 3 euros or something for this overnight trip. Right, so I'm now aboard the train. And this is my bed for the night. I'm not sure, I mean, there's 2 bunks here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a partner or if I'm gonna get this all to myself. Very basic, but hopefully it will do. See if I can fit in it. It's not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. That's good. Okay, they're blowing a horn now, so I think we're about to leave. Let's see what happens. I will survive the night. Morning. It is now a little past 5 a.m. in the morning here, and we are, I guess, about 20 kilometers outside Bagan right now, maybe a little less. We're scheduled to arrive in about half an hour, I believe. The sun is now rising, so this has been quite an interesting night for sure. Like, the train is shaking so violently the whole time, and it's so noisy, and it's just very, very difficult to sleep. I think I've managed to actually sleep a little bit, but still pretty tired. So it will be good to arrive soon. Hopefully we will get to see some epic temples along the last stretch before we reach the Bagan train station. But even just now, this is quite a stunning morning out here in the wilderness of Myanmar. Yangon temple, one of the most famous temples in all of Bagan, also the one that is most touristy. So I'm now in Bagan, and there's just temples everywhere. It would be better with a bird's eye view, but not possible right now. But you just here, there's like 4 or 5 pagodas visible. I know there's a lot more around here, but they're just not visible right now. Oh, look down there, there's more. Okay, so right here, there's a bunch of temples. Turn around. Over here, also a bunch of temples. In the distance, there's one over there. There's one right there. And there's like a couple in the background behind all of these also. There's just so many temples here. There's around 2,000 in all of Bagan. So quite a few. So magical to walk around here. Just look at this view. It only gets better the more I turn around. So here, temples, temples, temples. Temples, 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 temples. Temples, temples, temple, temple. Yeah. Okay, so I just done what they said couldn't be done. I found the perfect rooftop. Actually, I found a rooftop in general, because all the temple rooftops are supposed to be closed down, but this one temple, fairly close to my bamboo house, is open, and this is the view. Just check this out. You have a great view of the whole valley from up here, and you can just see all these temples sticking up everywhere. This is, I'm getting goosebumps right now. This is so magnificent, I can't even describe it, and this video will not do it justice at all. But I think I found the perfect sunrise and sunset spot for tomorrow. Holy shit, this is like all the pictures that you see. Wow. So from up here is another spectacular view that my guide just took me to. Although I still think the one I found myself beats this by far. This might be higher up, but I think the other viewpoint had a lot greater view of many more temples. Even though this of course has the lake, which might be very nice in sunrise when the sun is on the other side, illuminating those temples. And it's right next to this giant temple which is undergoing reconstruction. And over here on the other side we can see another magnificent temple over there. And more temples out in the distance here. It is still very spectacular, that's for sure. Good morning, here from Bagan. I'm now atop this temple that I'm allowed to climb, and I'm the only one here, so that is excellent. And the sun is slowly starting to rise from the east, as you might be able to tell. So slowly all the silhouettes of all the temples and all the spires are slowly starting to become visible out here on the fields of Bagan. It's just tranquil, peaceful and magnificent on so many levels. And there's a big temple right over there, not so far away. The one in the middle here. Here. These are the two spires from this temple I'm on. Excellent. And the sun has arisen from behind the clouds. So now it is officially day again in Bagan. And all the temples are looking striking. Yet another crazy day is about to begin. And here's my new ride for today. What is called an e-bike, which is basically a small scooter that you can drive around on. It's pretty handy for these dirt roads, for sure. But maybe not so safe, so I hope I'll make it through the day without crashing. Well, I survived the bicycling in Mandalay, so I guess I'll survive this too. If the roads stay dry and it doesn't begin to rain. Because when it's slippery, this just slides out so easily. So, yeah. Another interesting day here in Bagan. Starting out at a bunch of small pagodas here. Suleimani temple. Pretty big. Swessigan. So I found the disco Buddha. The entire hallway down to him is covered in mirrors. As you can tell, there's mirrors here, which is the first time I see this. So that is quite unique is the right word, I guess. I don't know why they did this, but I guess this Buddha likes to have a disco. The Bupaya Pagoda, which is right here next to the river. That Yin, something like that. That's the big one. This one. The other one, I don't know. The smaller one. This is the tallest pagoda in all of Bagan, apparently. I've also been told it is pretty tall, so it's probably true. Besides that, not that pretty, honestly. And I'm starting to get hit by temple fatigue, so I'm not even going to go inside because they all look the same pretty much. But still, from the outside, they're still impressive. But inside, just a bunch of Buddha statues and a few empty hallways. Yeah, there's only so many temples you can take in before it starts to get too similar. So here at this temple they actually have something unique. A giant reclining Buddha like the one in Thailand, in Bangkok. This one is 18 meters long. So that's pretty nice, some variety. Okay. Okay. Oh, look it up. Alright, I just remembered that I haven't even done a tour of my bamboo hut here in this bamboo house hotel in Bagan. So this is the entrance. As you can see, you can lock it with this. That's the lock. Here is the mosquito net over my bed, which is just a mattress right on the floor. It's quite primitive, but it works. It's actually pretty comfortable. Small table with all my stuff on it. Outlets, a satanic lamp, or like just a star if you look the other way, but satanic. And there's actually two beds in here. This one is not in use, so the mosquito net is wrapped up. Another outlet, and here is my fine toilet. So a regular Western toilet, no problems. And the shower, all works as it should, and like a real bamboo roof here. It's not bad. And oh, very important, AC, because this place gets really hot. Isolation does not exist in bamboo, apparently. And yes, you can close the door here, of course, and turn off the light. And that's it. I also have some windows that I actually haven't had opened since I've been spending very little time in here. Yeah, they're also shut right now. Let's see. Oh. And then you get a view of the courtyard here. Another thing to say about this place is that it's not located inside Bagan city, neither old or new Bagan, but rather a bit out in the countryside, not too far in the countryside. But it's located right in a village, a very small village where tourists usually don't come. Which means that all the people here are very excited to see foreigners, especially the kids. They just come running to you and are very happy and wants to interact with you, which is amazing. Plus you get a more authentic feel of actual Burmese life, I guess. Not to sound very prudent, but I'm pretty happy that I chose this place and not one of the fancy hotels in old or new Bagan. Yeah, this was a good choice. Very great experience living in a bamboo hut here in Bagan. Like some of the big main temples are less than a kilometer away from here, so it's not really that bad. Alright, I've now arrived in Lake Inle, or actually the town of Yangon, which is on the border, or not the border, but the shore of Lake Inle. It's raining like all hell, so unlike Bagan, this is also up in the mountains, like a higher elevation, so there's more like more rain here than in Bagan, so it was to be expected. Although it will kind of suck to have a full day on the lake while it's raining like hell, but oh well, I'm prepared, so whatever. And this place is located in the Shan region, which is the the wild, unexplored wilderness of Myanmar, basically. Well, parts of it at least. So this is the boat I'm going on the lake with, and they're now emptying it with water. Terrific. So much water here. Sure, it's perfectly safe. No problem. This is the entranceway to the lake. This is not the actual lake, just the river going down to it. Still a little ways down there, as I understand it. It's like a floating Venice of Myanmar, just a bit poorer. Alright, so I'm aboard on this boat, have a nice seat, and we're going. Also have an umbrella. This is not the best weather, but well, what can you do? So the way that this actually works is that when you arrive at Inle Lake, you pay 13,500 kyat, which is 5 or 6 euros, something like that. Then you have access to the whole area, and those money goes to preserving and conserving the lake and the biological diversity that exists here. So this is like you have to pay to preserve the lake to actually go in here. So the tourism is not directly disturbing or breaking the ecosystem here. At least not as great an extent as it would otherwise. They take very good care of the nature here in Myanmar. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You might be able to tell that there are some mountains over in the background. Actually, this whole place is surrounded by mountains because it's a very mountainous region. But the weather is so bad now, so much cloudy and fog that it's just impossible to see them, which is a shame because it would have been a very, very beautiful landscape otherwise. But yeah, we're gonna have to do with just the lake. And now we're on the lake. Very big lake. So here's the mountains, you might be able to see. Now we'll see if we can find the famous fishermen and all the other things that I'm going to see here. Without drowning still. Oh wow. This place is pretty damn big. This place is like a giant labyrinth just of stupas. I don't even know what to say to this. I'm not sure why all these are here. I didn't read up on the history of this place, so sorry. It's history when you have magnificent visuals. Okay. These right here are the floating gardens. So it's basically just gardens out on the lake. I guess on small raised islands. But yeah, it's pretty amazing to well, boat through this, like drive through this in a boat. It doesn't feel like you're on the lake anymore. It feels like you're in some sort of, yeah, like grounds. Very peaceful and quiet for sure. Besides the boat. So I've now arrived at my hotel here in Yangon, or Rangoon, as you might know it as, the old capital of Myanmar. And this is the city's main symbol, the Bagan giant golden pagoda, and it's located right across from my hotel pretty much. So that is pretty amazing. Unfortunately my room is on the other side of the building, so I have this view over here instead, like what almost looks like some part of the slum town. Still an okay view, but I would much have preferred to actually have this Bagan pagoda out of my window, but oh well. I'll just have to go to this rooftop instead and enjoy it in the evening. And I'll of course go over there momentarily and see it close up. And as you can tell, there's this giant walkway that leads all the way up there. So that's exciting. Although the traffic here in Yangon might be even worse than the traffic in Bangkok, which says quite a lot. So on that front, I'm not too excited about this city, honestly. But I'm only here for 24 hours or so, and then it's going back home again to Copenhagen. So yeah, just gotta get the best out of it while I can. Made it to the last city, Yangon. Woo! Okay. So now we're here at this Bagan pagoda, this 105-meter tall pagoda. And this whole complex has so many temples and small other pagodas and buildings here. It's, I guess the holy center of Myanmar, basically. It's quite astounding. Alright, so it's the last sunset of my trip and nothing special, nothing special. Oh my god, look at this. The pagoda is now lighted up. This is excellent. Let's get a better view of this. Just look at that. If you thought it was splendid during the day, like at night you can see even better. Holy shit. Alright, there it is. Yangon. The Sweat Dakon giant pagoda. The last night. It's bittersweet for sure. Travel blues, post-travel blues has already hit. Oh well. Still like 12 hours or something left in this country. Still have to go to the airport and start the 20-hour trip back home. Kill me. So this pagoda just gets more crazy at night. Holy shit. So it's now the last few hours of this last evening in Yangon. I'm sitting on the hotel rooftop in this swinging chair and just enjoying the view of the Svedagon pagoda, which is right in front of me, and this is excellent. Just sitting here swinging all alone with myself and my thoughts, and this amazing view reflecting over a trip well succeeded, well completed, reminiscing about all the people I've met, all the experiences I've had, all the crazy scenery and nature that I've experienced, and just how much I don't like rain and mud anymore. And also the heat and humidity. Oh god. But well, I survived. That's the most important. That is indeed the most important. And I'm very thankful for this whole trip. It has been, yeah, one giant blast of fun the whole time through. Yeah, I don't even have any words. It's just so overwhelming to try to reflect and sum up some trip like this, like it always is. It's kind of amazing how these trips can just keep on being better and better every time I take them. But well, I mean, Laos and Myanmar are just some, yeah, crazy countries that have so much to offer and are relatively like, yeah, less visited, I guess you could say. I mean, especially Laos is still a big backpacker destination, but Myanmar is definitely still not very far up there on the tourist spectre, although it should be, because it's so ready for tourists. Like the level of English preparedness in this country is just crazy. Like you will have no problems navigating this country with just English. Like everybody speaks it. Well, most people speaks it. All the restaurants and hotels and many road signs and shops and everything is just also posted in English here. And it's so easy to get around, although the distances can be quite big, especially with train and bus. And there's just so much to see and experience here, and people are so interested in the foreigners and wanting to welcome them to their country and show the country off. And there's so many both architectural, spiritual and natural wonders to witness here. It's been one hell of a trip, man. Just one fucking hell of a trip. I'm so sad that it's over now. Yeah. Well, looking ahead to the next trip now, which will most likely be Iran for the third time, sometime in late September, early October, I guess, when the desert heat has kind of subsided a bit, so that it's kind of livable to be there. All right, I guess I rambled enough now. So yeah, good night from Yangon, and see you tomorrow on the final day, and getting back to Denmark in one piece somehow, with a grueling 12.5-hour flight from Singapore to Copenhagen. It's gonna be one hell of a fucking annoying trip. Oh well.